And a very pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Bosch River Gymnasium on the campus of Brevard College. For tonight's edition of Brevard College Volleyball, it's the regular season finale for the Tornadoes, who will be hosting the William Peace University Pacers. Tornadoes certainly want to go out on a high note as they head towards the USA South Conference play, which would begin next week. Tornadoes currently 9-16 overall, 6-11 in the USA South Conference. Meanwhile, William Peace 14-14 overall, exactly 500, but 11-6 in the USA South Conference, currently sitting in fourth place in the conference standings. The Tornadoes currently reside as the seventh place team in the USA South Conference. Tornadoes under the direction of head coach Abby Pardee, assisted by Brittany Franks. Head coach of the Pacers, Hannah Marshall. And Maggie Holcomb is the assistant coach for William Peace. Tonight is also Morgan's Message game. Tonight's dedication to a great cause. Volleyball team dedicating tonight's game to the life and legacy of Morgan Rogers, a former Duke University lacrosse student athlete who tragically took her life in 2019 after battling mental health struggles. But even though her life was cut short, Morgan's Message, founded by her family with the mission of eliminating the stigma surrounding mental health, normalizing conversations about mental health, and ensuring that mental health is treated equally to physical health for all student athletes. For more information, go to morgansmessage.org. Just a fantastic cause. A lot of the athletic teams here at Brevard getting behind Morgan's Message. There's even a booth set up here in the lobby of the Bosch River Gymnasium where folks can gather more information, and important to eliminate the stigma surrounding mental health. Well, we're about 17 minutes away from the start of Tornadoes and Pacers USA South Conference volleyball action. The regular season finale for the Brevard College Tornado volleyball team. So stick with us. Bring you all the action. Just a matter of moments.
Every cheer, for every play, we know there's a little prayer that no one gets hurt. That's why we are there too. Party athletic trainers, physicians, and specialists. We're watching closely for any sign that someone needs care. And if your child is hurt, they're seen right away by the region's top specialists. The Party Sports Medicine team is at every game, match, race, practice, and workout, providing medical attention and guidance. For us, winning is all about playing healthy and smart so you can perform at your best.
Boschmer Gymnasium on the campus of Brevard College for tonight's USA South Conference volleyball matchup between the William Peace University Pacers and your Brevard College Tornadoes. Before tonight's introduction of the lineups, I do want to alert you that tonight's game is dedicated to the legacy and life of Morgan Rogers, a former Duke University lacrosse student athlete who tragically took her life in July of 2019 after battling mental health struggles. Although Morgan's life was cut short, her legacy of unconditional love remains. Morgan's message was founded by her family and her former teammates with the mission of eliminating the stigma surrounding mental health and normalizing the conversations about mental health. For more information on Morgan's life legacy and how you can help, go to morgansmessage.org or visit the informational booth here in the lobby of the Boschmer Gymnasium. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starters for tonight's matchup between William Peace and Brevard. Number 4 for the Pacers, Kelsey Bierbauer. Number 8, Hannah Collier. Number 14, Georgia Grace Anderson. Number 16, the libero, Logan Moore. Number 18, Megan Brilski. Number 21, Chassie Jacobs. Number 22, Landis Lemon. The head coach of the Pacers is Hannah Marshall. The assistant coach is Matthew Holcomb. And now the starting lineups for your Brevard College Tornadoes. Number 6, McKenna Parkins. Number 11, the libero, Bailey Lance. Number 12, Ashley Hodson. Number 16, Logan Pretty. Number 18, Caitlin Presley. Number 20, Kendall Rockstad. And number 25, Jackson Tamicki. Head coach of the Tornadoes is Abby Pardee. Assistant coach is Brittany Franks. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you and good luck to both teams. USA South Conference and NCAA encourages and promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial or ethnic comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated or grounds for removal. Further, the possession or consumption of alcoholic beverages or tobacco products is prohibited. Thank you. Welcome back to the Boschmer Gymnasium. Glad you're able to join us for this USA South Conference matchup. Lineups have been introduced. Anthem has been played. All the preliminaries in the books, ready for some volleyball here at the Bosch. Just after 6 p.m. Eastern Time in the mountains of western North Carolina in a cozy Boschmer Gymnasium. It's been a little chilly the last couple days outside, but ready to heat up here with some volleyball action at the Bosch. Nice crowd on hand. A lot of folks made the trip over from William Peace, it looks like. So could have some fans from both sides making some noise here in the Bosch as it gets rocking back and forth for the start of this volleyball matchup. Well, starting lineups include for William Peace, Kelsey Bierbauer, Hannah Collier, Georgia Grace Anderson, Logan Moore, and Megan Brylski. And what a moment there as a happy birthday along the bench there. See if we can ID who that was. Kendall Rockstead. Happy birthday, Kendall Rockstead. I have never seen an impromptu happy birthday just moments before the first serve of a intercollegiate volleyball matchup, but hey, happy birthday, Kendall. Meanwhile, here come the Tornadoes. Original attack there from McKenna Parkins, and that's going to be a point for the Tornadoes. Point, Tornadoes. Service here off the net and out, as that was Bailey Lance. Point Pacers. So Collier will lead things off for the Pacers. Hannah Collier, senior out of Creedmoor, North Carolina. And that's going to be ace for Collier. Point Pacers. So an early 2-1 lead for the Pacers as Collier will go about her business again. Pacers in their visiting green uniforms, Tornadoes in the home white. Pretty. Pretty again. This time using Lance, sets up Presley in the kill by Caitlin Presley. Point Tornadoes. So service here for Presley. She'll be rewarded with the service after big time kill there. What a career she's had, the senior from right down the street here in Brevard. Attack there from Bierbauer. Then a big attack there for the Tornadoes, Blair Dance. Hoxit digs it up. Here's Parkins again. She had the initial kill in this matchup. Point Tornadoes. So finish there for the Tornadoes. The attack was by Jacobs, but it sailed long. So Tornadoes able to take the 3-2 lead. Hoxit. Presley sets up Parkins. Big hit there from Parkins. Dug up there by Collier. Now an attack from Bierbauer. Parkins again. Collier. And then a nifty move there from Brylski. And then Bierbauer's attack goes long. Point Tornadoes. Tornadoes 4, Pacers 2. Serve here from Presley. Make it 5-2. Point Tornadoes. Trying to use Bierbauer again. She tried to go cross court, but out of bounds. Point Nados. Big hit there, and the finish by Limon. Point Pacers. And 5-3 the score. Service here by Moore. Diving dig there by Hoxit to keep it alive. Net violation on the Nados. Point Pacers. Point Pacers. Well, William Peace currently in 4th place in the USA South Conference. Tornadoes have locked up the 7th seed in the USA South Conference tournament, which begins next week. And then slamming the door home, there's McKenna Parkins, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my. Point Tornadoes. And checking in for the Nados, be Caitlin Haggerty. Bit of a service specialist. See what Haggerty's got up her sleeve. Presley. Lance hawks it. Count it.
Point, Tornadoes.
Big time finish there from Ashley Hoxett, the junior from Balsam Grove, North Carolina, not too far from us here in Brevard. Serve from Haggerty. Attack there from Anderson. Now Nance sends it over. Moore. Here's Jacobs. Bailey Lance setting up Nance. Nance then keeps it alive. Haggerty now is going to go the other direction towards Hoxett. Anderson with the attack. Most compelling, longest rally we've seen thus far is Bailey Lance. What a dig that was to keep it alive. The longest rally of the match continues as another sensational dig by Lance. Presley now keeps it inbounds. Attack from Nance. Presley keeps it alive again. Great block by the Pacers defensively, but the Tornadoes outlast the Pacers.
Point, Tornadoes.
Oh my, what a point that was. As the Haggerty service will continue. Jacobs with the attack. Now here's Blair Nance. Nance with the finish.
Point, Tornadoes.
And just like that, largest lead of the match for either side. Brevard 9, William Peace 4. Service here from Haggerty. Pacers finally able to answer that run. That was Anderson.
Point, Pacers.
Some subs checking in for the Pacers meanwhile. Number 9, Spindell. Has entered the contest, the sophomore from Wake Forest, North Carolina. See who the server is as well. It looks like Camplin. Camplin then with a dig right on cue. And Bierbauer making that happen.
Point, Pacers.
Big attack there from Bierbauer.
Point, Pacers.
Some of the most raw power we've seen so far. An absolute blast of the volleyball from Bierbauer. Bierbauer, the senior from Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. Meanwhile, service here from Camplin. Tornadoes able to answer the call there.
Point, Tornadoes.
And checking in to serve for the Tornadoes, who is celebrating a birthday this evening. That was some like breaking news right at the start of this one. Kendall Rockstad. Nice block there by the Tornadoes at the net. Jackson Tamicki in the middle of all that. Now here's Tamicki on the attack, but a block by the Pacers, but it sails out of bounds. Point, Tornadoes.
Point, Tornadoes.
So here's Tamicki. Couple dribbles of the volleyball with her right hand. Couple spins, and then fires away with the serve. Finish there. Nice job by the Pacers.
Point, Pacers.
Anderson getting it done. And service here, it'll be Jordan Wanis. Wanis, the junior from Wilmington, North Carolina, rather. Haggerty with the dig. Presley sets up Hoxett. Hoxett not able to quite finish off. She was going with a little bit of finesse there.
Point, Pacers.
And the Pacers service will continue. 9-11 your score. Pacers trailing by 2. Hoxett, Presley, Nance. In the finish by Blair Nance.
Point Tornadoes.
Couple subs checking in for the Tornadoes. Logan Pretty re-enters the ball game. Out of Greensboro, the setter for the Tornadoes. And the serve from Pretty.
Point Tornadoes.
So the Pretty service will continue. 13-9, NATO's on top.
Point Tornadoes.
Third service attempt for Pretty. Here come the Pacers. Anderson on the attack. Pretty now goes backside to Presley. And then the finish by Anderson. She's been active so far.
Point Pacers.
Anderson now will handle the service. Hoxett on the attack. Dug up there by Camplin. Net violation on the NATO's. Point Pacers.
Point Pacers.
14-11. Haggerty. Pretty sets up Presley. Big hit there, and the finish, Caitlin Presley.
Point Tornadoes.
So service here for Ashley Hoxett. Tornadoes still looking for their first ace.
Point Pacers.
Couple more subs checking back in for the Pacers, and we'll see who will have the service. It'll be Brelsky, the sophomore setter from Lindenhurst, Illinois. Pretty keeps it alive. Here's Parkins. Big time block there. Lamone in the middle of it.
Point Pacers.
Pacers able to come up with the win. Oh, great crowd on hand. Students continuing to trickle in. Serve from Brelsky. Hoxett to Mickey with the attack. In the finish.
Point Tornadoes.
So service here for Bailey Lance. What a year she's had. All-time service ace leader in the history of the program. Pretty. Hoxett from distance. Dug up there somehow by the Pacers. Combination of Juanis and Moore. Hoxett then digs it up.
Point Pacers.
Collier will handle the service for William Peace. Part of William Peace's senior class. Tornado senior class was honored past Saturday. Pretty. Here's Presley. Just off the mark.
Point Pacers.
So the Collier service will continue. Collier has an ace, an assist, and 6 digs to her credit already here in this first set.
Point Pacers.
Limon getting it done. And that'll be an ace for Collier, her second of the day.
Point Pacers.
So the Pacers have worked their way back into the lead, 17-16, after the Tornadoes led by as many as 5. Attack there from Jacobs. Here's Bierbauer on the attack. Tornadoes doing a nice job defensively, but another attack here from the Pacers coming. Nice job at the net by the Nados. That was Rockstad.
Point Pacers. Timeout on the court.
So a timeout on the court, your score here in the first set. Pacers 18, Tornadoes 16. Well, volleyball fans, make sure you check out the concession stand located in the lobby of the Boschmer Gymnasium. Gatorade, bottled water, Pepsi products, candy, cookies, chips, 10 flavors of gourmet poppy popcorn, including caramel apple, pecan pie, white cheddar, and honey barbecue, cotton candy, all sorts of delicious items at the concession stand. Check it out. Oh, it's so good. Anybody run into the concession stand after I said that? No? No. Maybe they're thinking about it a little. Hey, maybe I'll get some popcorn later. You know? Little cotton candy. Back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium. And point there. For the Tornadoes.
Point Tornadoes.
18-18 your score. All tied up here at the Bosch. Big hit there from Nance. Now a hit from Parkins.
Point Tornadoes.
Finished there by the Nados. Nice job staying alive on that point. And 19-18 your score. Service error there is going to tie it up at 19.
Point Pacers.
Attack from Parkins. Off the hand of Jacobs. It'll be a point for the Tornadoes.
Point, Tornadoes.
Checking in to serve will be Caitlin Haggerty. Senior defensive specialist out of Raleigh, North Carolina.
Point, Pacers.
So service here for the Pacers, all tied up at 20. So back and forth we go here in the late portions of this first set. Camplin will handle the service. Hoxett. Presley back to Hoxett. Pacers were there defensively. Anderson and Spindale, but it falls out of bounds. Point Nados.
Point, Tornadoes.
Audrey Spindale. One of the reserves we saw come in for William Peace. Here's Presley setting up Hoxett. Dug up there by Caitlin Murphy. Murphy entered the game and wins on her service.
Point, Tornadoes.
So Caitlin Murphy. Caitlin Murphy, the senior from Indian Trail, North Carolina. Dug up there nicely by Haggerty. Now here's Caitlin Murphy.
Point, Pacers.
Finished there by Bierbauer. She's been active so far this evening. It's her second kill to go along with 2 digs. Meanwhile, Juanis with the service.
Point, Tornadoes.
So finish there for the Nados. And now Logan Pretty will do the honors. Blair Nance, nice reception from the bench. Haggerty did everything in her power to try to keep that alive. Collier with the kill for the Pacers.
Point, Pacers.
23-22. Tornadoes hanging on to a lead here late in the first set. That's going to create a set point opportunity for the Nados.
Point, Tornadoes. Set point, Tornadoes.
So a set point opportunity sitting at 24-22 for Brevard. Hoxett with the service. Pretty able to keep it alive after a sensational dig by Hoxett.
Point, Pacers.
Well, Limone did what she had to do to fend off that set point for the Tornadoes. It'll be another set point for the Nados here. If the Pacers win this point, we'll head into some extra time here in this first set. Of course, you have to win by 2, come up with a set win. Pretty. Here's Presley. Big hit there from Presley. Count it.
And the Tornadoes win set number 1, 25-23. Set number 2 coming up next.
So set winner there from Caitlin Presley. The finish by Presley and the 25-23 set 1 win for the Nados. Well, we'll head to the second set. Tornadoes up 1-0. Back here at the Boshamer Gymnasium, Tornadoes with a 1-0 lead after a 25-23 first set victory. Look at the Tornadoes. Statistically, McKenna Parkins leading the way with 5 kills. Caitlin Presley and Bailey Lance each had 4 kills. Ashley Hoxett, 3 kills of her own. Jackson Tamicki had 2 kills as well. Hoxett led the Tornadoes in the digs department with 6. Presley with 5 digs. And the Tornadoes able to get that 25-23 set 1 victory. Meanwhile, Georgia Grace Anderson led the way in the kill department for the Pacers. She had 3 of those. Pacers did have 2 service aces, both by Hannah Collier. Collier also led the team with 6 digs. So ready to get going here. Set number 2. And Ashley Hoxett and the Tornadoes will get things started. 5 on the floor for the Tornadoes. Tamicki, Presley, Parkins, Lance, Pretty, and Hoxett. To receive this Hoxett serve, Collier, Brilski, and the libero Moore on that back line. And it'll actually be Bierbauer on the far side. Meanwhile, here's Pretty after a beautiful dig by Lance. Pretty, Tamicki. Point Pacers. So the Pacers able to wrestle away the first point. Hannah Collier will handle the service. Collier firing away the jump serve. Attack there from Presley. And it'll be a Tornado point. Point Tornadoes. Rockstad is checked in. Meanwhile, Bailey Lance will handle the service. The sensational libero for the Tornadoes. From one libero to another. And Lance able to get the finish. Point Tornadoes. So Lance, see if she can keep this going. Point Tornadoes. So now 3-1 Tornadoes. There's a couple service aces in a row there for Lance. Lance, surgical with their serve. Tamicki keeps it alive. Presley, now Parkins with a big hit. Pretty digs it up. Now Lance going to set up Presley. Lance once again. Now here's Pretty. Parkins showing some power. And on the block there was Jacobs. Point Pacers. Big time block from Chassie Jacobs. Oh my. Georgia Grace Anderson with the serve. Point Tornadoes. So now Presley will get the service after the kill. Put the Nados up 4-2.
Point Tornadoes.
5-2. NATO's on top. As sub checks in here for William Peace. Our first look at Tamika Adams. Where's number 13, the sophomore from Cary, North Carolina, Panther Creek High School. And little bit of discussion with the officials. Now we're going to have the captain, Caitlin Presley, speak to the lead official as well. See if we can get all this sorted out. So the Presley service will continue after a quick break in the action there. Kind of what you would call an official's timeout. Meanwhile, here comes William Peace.
Point Pacers.
Bierbauer with the finish that time around. Her third kill of the evening, and Camplin will check in to serve. Out of Seven Lakes, North Carolina, Pinecrest High School.
Point Pacers.
And that's an ace for Camplin. Third ace of the evening for the Pacers. Parkins. Presley. Back to Parkins. Lands wide.
Point Pacers.
Attack errors have been an issue for both these teams this evening. 8 for the Tornadoes, 6 for William Peace. Brevard does have the edge in hitting percentage, 220 to 125. Parkins. Presley. Nance. Count it.
Point Tornadoes.
Blair Nance with the finish there. Sophomore from Roxborough, North Carolina. Caitlin Haggerty will check in. Big part of that senior class that was honored on Saturday. Serve from Haggerty. Here's Nance.
Point Tornadoes.
And Tornadoes, after winning the first set, ahead here in set number 2, 7-5. On a Friday evening at the Bosch.
Point Pacers.
Wanis will check in to serve after that Bierbauer point. Spindell set up Bierbauer for that last Pacers point. Here's Presley going far side to Hoxett.
Point Tornadoes.
And Kendall Rockstad will handle the service. Puts the Pacers. Wanis back on her heels.
Point Pacers.
Finish there from Hannah Collier. And the service here for Moore, the libero. Where's the white jersey for the Pacers? Attack there from Hawks. It's going to sail long.
Point Pacers.
All tied up at 8. Crazy 8s here at Bosch Emer Gymnasium. Glad you're able to join us wherever you may be tuned in from.
Point Pacers.
So the service will continue for the libero Moore. Nance.
Point Pacers.
Nance was trying to go cross court with that. Sails wide. All tied up at 10. Service from Moore. Presley. Mickey was there for the block. Nicely done. Now here's Presley. Hawks it.
Point Tornadoes.
So Anderson tried for the kill. Unable to complete that transaction. And it'll be Logan Pretty with the service. Haggerty digs it up. Lance sends it over. Lance trying to keep it alive with one arm. Point's going to go to the Pacers. Credit the attack to Audrey Spindell.
Point Pacers.
Hawks it. Pretty. Back to Hawks it. Big hit there. Dug up nicely by Moore. Then the finish from Jacobs.
Point Pacers.
Some well-executed volleyball there from William Peace. Now ahead 12-11 after we were all tied up 11-11. Several ties in this second set. We had 6 tied scores in the first set.
Point Pacers.
Spindle. Her service will continue.
Point Pacers.
Big hit there from Hoxit, but sails long.
Point Pacers.
And Pacers suddenly on a 4-0 scoring run to take a 15-11 lead, their largest of the match. What a dig there by Lance with one hand. It's like a fast twitch dig.
Point Tornadoes.
So Tornadoes able to stop that scoring run and regain the service. 15-12 now your score. Ashley Hoxit with the jump serve. Big time block there from McKenna Parkins.
Point Tornadoes.
Very nicely done, McKenna Parkins on the block. 15-13. Hoxit with the service. Count it.
Tornadoes ace.
And Tornadoes ace there by Hoxit gets the crowd going. 15-14. Tornadoes have creeped their way back. 3 consecutive points after a 4-0 run by the Pacers. Tamicki's going to slam the door shut right there. Oh, my.
Point Tornadoes.
And the Tornadoes have worked their way back. It's all tied up at 15. So a 4-0 run by the Pacers, a 4-0 run by the Tornadoes, and we're all knotted up again. Pretty. Parkins. Presley. Jacobs on the attack. Here's Pretty. She'll set up Presley. Kill from Caitlin Presley.
Point, Tornadoes. Timeout on the court.
So a timeout on the court with your score, Tornadoes 16, Pacers 15. Back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium. Nice crowd on hand for a USA South Conference matchup for two teams that are going to be heading to the USA South Conference tournament next week. Service here and counted. Another ace.
Tornadoes ace.
So what a run. 6 straight points for the Tornadoes. The Hoxett service has been fruitful. Georgia Grace Anderson on the attack. Tornadoes able to defend that attack. Lance with a sensational dig. Oh my.
Point Pacers.
So despite one of the best digs we've seen all season here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, the Pacers able to win that point, stop that scoring run for the Tornadoes, who had rattled off 6 straight. Now a 17-16 lead for Brevard. Service from Collier. Pretty. Now setting up Presley.
Point Pacers.
17-17. You get the feeling might be like this all night long. Even matchup thus far this evening. Service from Collier. Pretty. Parkins. To Mickey trying to shut the door again, and she does.
Point Tornadoes.
Rockstad checks in. Lance will handle the service. So it's Rockstad, Parkins, Presley, Pretty, Hoxett, and Lance.
Point Pacers.
So Bierbauer with that last finish. And Hannah Ward with the service. Presley keeping that alive. Now here's Parkins the other direction. Parkins now trying to slam the door. Rockstad with a big hit and the finish.
Point Tornadoes.
So Blair Nance checks in. Had a birthday celebration before this one. There'll be even more celebrations. The Tornadoes can keep this up. Parkins. Here's Blair Nance. Parkins again. Big hit, McKenna Parkins.
Point, Tornadoes.
And Presley will have the service as the Tornadoes are the first to reach the 20-point threshold here in this second set.
Point, Tornadoes.
So 21-18. Nance, Presley, Parkins. Rockstad keeps it alive. Here's Nance. Spindle, great dig there for the Pacers. Parkins now trying to use some finesse. Spindle keeps it alive. Bierbauer sends it over. Now here's Parkins. Parkins slams the door home.
Point, Tornadoes. Timeout on the court.
So a timeout on the court with the Tornadoes ahead 22-18 here in the second set. Back to action here at the Boschmer Gymnasium. Big opportunity here for the Tornadoes, already up 1-0 in sets.
Point, Tornadoes.
Now 23-18. Presley with the service. Big hit there, Jacobs.
Point, Pacers.
What an answer by William Peace. Just as the Tornadoes looked like they had all the momentum, Jacobs had other ideas. Chassie Jacobs, junior out of Hope Mills, North Carolina. Meanwhile, here's Camplin with the service. Parkins with the attack. Dug up by Moore. Rockstad was there for the block, but Bierbauer perhaps too powerful.
Point, Pacers.
Hawks it. Tornadoes up 23-20. Every point absolutely crucial at this juncture of the second set. Parkins. Lance sets up Nance. Count it.
Point, Tornadoes. Set point, Tornadoes.
So a set point opportunity. The Tornadoes leading 24-20, so they'll have several of them here. Chance to go up 2-0. Caitlin Haggerty in to serve. Rockstad keeps it alive. Then Bailey Lance, what a dig that was. Nance, Haggerty, Presley, no choice but to just send it over. Lance with the dig. Hawks it on the attack. Here come the Pacers. Bierbauer. Rockstad and Nance were there defensively.
Point Tornadoes. And the Tornadoes win set number 2, 25-20. Take a 2-0 lead.
So the Tornadoes win that first set 25-23. Then a 25-20 second set victory. Great flurry at the end there for the Tornadoes. This second set was all tied up 18-18. And then the Tornadoes won 7 of the last 9 points of that set. So feeling it here at the Bosch and against a very strong William Peace team. 4th place in the USA South Conference, 11-6 in conference play. And the Tornadoes with the upper hand through 2 sets. Expect the unexpected at the Bosch. Well, tomorrow, big USA South Conference football matchup. Hope you can join us either in person at Islamel Family Field or right here on this YouTube channel. We'll have all the action. Senior Day, so a big Senior Day presentation. Not only the football team, but the cheerleaders, the drum line. We're going to celebrate all the seniors tomorrow. And then the soccer teams. If you haven't been following this story at Brevard College, both soccer teams will be playing tomorrow for a USA South Conference championship. Just incredible work by the men's and women's soccer programs. The men's team looking to repeat as champions. They won the championship last year. They'll be taking on NC Wesleyan in Rocky Mount, North Carolina at 3 p.m. And then at 6 p.m. tomorrow evening, the Tornadoes will face off against the number 1 seed, Southern Virginia. That's at 6 p.m. at Buena Vista, Virginia. So best of luck to both the men's and women's soccer teams at Brevard College going for USA South Conference championships. Football 5-0 in the conference, looking to improve to 6-0. Tornadoes with a 2-0 lead over William Peace here on a Friday night. What a time to be a Tornado. Well, follow the Tornadoes on social media at BC Tornadoes or check out the Facebook page, Brevard College Tornado Athletics. All sorts of options for you to keep up with the Tornadoes. And, of course, the home of Brevard College Tornadoes, score, stats, information, everything you might need to know. The official website, bctornadoes.com. But glad you're along for this ride. A 2-0 lead for the Tornadoes. Now, McKenna Parkins has led the way with 7 kills. Actually, check that. Caitlin Presley now with 8 kills to lead all players. Presley also leads all players with 12 assists, so what a game she's having. Bailey Lance with 11 digs. Six service aces for the Tornadoes. Three by Lance. And we'll head to set number 3. Bierbauer, by the way, leading attacker for the Pacers with 6. Lance. And that ball sails out of bounds. It'll be point for the Nados.
Point, Tornadoes.
So Tornadoes off to the start they wanted, winning the first point of this third set after winning the first 2 sets. 25-23 and then 25-20. Pacers, their backs to the wall already here. Must-win set for the Pacers.
Point, Tornadoes.
So now 2-0 Nados as the fans continue to make their way here to the Bosch. Student section maybe starting to get word via some of that social media that something's happening here at the Bosch tonight.
Point, Pacers.
As Hannah Collier with the finish there, and Collier will be rewarded with the service. She's got 2 aces to her credit this evening.
Point, Tornadoes.
So Caitlin Presley will handle the service. Bierbauer with the attack. Lance with the dig. Parkins. Another opportunity for the Pacers.
Point, Pacers.
Bierbauer with the finish. Georgia Grace Anderson will handle the service. Tamika Adams has checked in for the Pacers. Presley, Parkins.
Point, Pacers.
Tamika Adams with the finish. Hoxett, Presley, Parkins with the big attack. Parkins sends it over. It's going to be an opportunity for the Pacers here. Lance did everything in her power. Bierbauer with the finish.
Point, Pacers.
4-3 Pacers on top. Here's Parkins.
Point, Tornadoes.
Beautifully placed ball by Parkins just inside that end line. The precision as Haggerty will handle the service for the Nados. Haggerty, her 9th service attempt thus far this evening. Lance, Presley, Hoxett.
Point, Tornadoes.
So the Haggerty service will continue. Nados leading 5-4. Early goings of a third set with a 2-0 advantage.
Point, Pacers.
Credit that kill to Adams. And meanwhile, Spindle checks back in. Camplin will handle the service for William Peace University. Presley. Here come the Pacers.
Point Pacers.
Bierbauer with the finish there, and another service here for Camplin. Had several tied scores and lead changes. Now 14 ties, 8 lead changes.
Point Tornadoes.
All tied up, 6 apiece.
Point Pacers.
Credit the winner there to Bierbauer. And Wanis will check in. Haggerty. Pacers with an opportunity.
Point Tornadoes.
So a point there for the Tornadoes. Logan Pretty will check in.
Point Tornadoes.
Eight 7-year score. And
Tornadoes ace.
9 7-year score. Tornadoes on top.
Point Pacers.
Hannah Collier with the finish there. It'll set up a service opportunity here for Logan Moore. Pretty. Here's Tamicki.
Point Tornadoes.
Tornadoes 10, Pacers 9. Set number 3, Ashley Hoxett will do the honors.
Point Pacers.
So just like that, all tied up at 10. Brilski will handle the service. Presley on the move. Count it, Caitlin Presley.
Point Tornadoes.
And that'll set up another opportunity here for Bailey Lance. Lance, 3 aces this evening.
Point Tornadoes.
12-10 NATOs. Lance. Somehow William Peace was able to defend that service from Lance. It was just a wicked offering. Rockstad sends it over.
Point Pacers.
Credit the kill to Jacobs. And service here, it'll be Collier.
Point Pacers.
All tied up again at 12. Well, these two teams met back on October the 7th, just under a month ago.
Point Pacers.
And it was a different story that day over in Raleigh. A 3-0 William Peace win. So, turn the tables here. NATO's up 2-0, but William Peace starting to gain some momentum here in set number 3, 2 straight aces.
Point Pacers.
14-12 Pacers.
Point Pacers.
So 3 consecutive points for the Pacers. Starting to pull away here, 15-12. Tornadoes feel like they need to stop this run here and now. Parkins, pretty, Presley. That's what the Tornadoes do best.
Point Tornadoes.
And just like that, scoring run is extinguished, and Caitlin Presley will handle the service.
Point Pacers.
Parkins. Here come the Pacers the other way. Parkins once again. So Haggerty with the service.
Point Pacers.
And the finish there by the Pacers. 17-14 your score. Camplin entering the contest. She's got an ace so far. Hoxett, Presley. Here's Blair Nance.
Point, Tornadoes.
And Kaylin Murphy checks in. Another service specialist for the Tornadoes. Sends the Pacers back on their heels. Tornadoes were there defensively. Tamicki and Hoxett at the net. Here's Hoxett on the attack. Count it.
Point, Tornadoes.
So the Tornadoes, if you felt like this was starting to sway William Peace's way, have worked their way back. 17-16 advantage. Presley. Here's Nance.
Point, Tornadoes.
Haggerty. Presley. Here's Hoxett. Back the other way, here come the Pacers. Murphy keeping it alive. Presley sending it over. Opportunity for William Peace. Blair Nance was right there at the net. So was Tamicki. Some great work at the net by the Nados, but then the finish by the Pacers.
Point, Pacers.
18-17. Service back to the Pacers. It'll be Wanis. Haggerty, Hoxett, and Lance along that back line, ready to receive the Wanis service. It'll be Hoxett. Presley right back to Hoxett. Haggerty. Presley. Here's Nance. Hoxett on the attack. Nance tries to send it over, but that point's going to go to William Peace.
Point, Pacers. Timeout on the court.
So a timeout on the court. Pacers pulling back ahead 19-17. Getting interesting here in the third set. Tornadoes already up 2-0. Back here at the Boshamer Gymnasium, 19-17, Pacers on top. Presley hawks it, big hit there, coming out of the timeout.
Point, Tornadoes.
And Pretty will check in to handle the service. That was a big point for the NATOs coming out of that timeout, just like Coach Abby Pardee drew it up. Presley. Haggerty digs it up. Pretty now setting up Hoxett.
Point, Tornadoes.
Ashley Hoxett. Well done. 19-19. Lance sets up Hoxett.
Point, Pacers.
2019 Pacers. Moore, the libero, will handle the service. Hoxett. Pretty. Presley, big hit. Lance, diving dig there. Big hit there the other way from Collier. And slamming the door shut there. Spindle. Where's number 9? Sophomore from Wake Forest, North Carolina. Transferred from Catawba College. 21-19. Haggerty. Lance. Opportunity here for the Pacers. Lance, what a dig there. She's able to then get it over. Here's Pretty. She's going to set up Hoxett. Big block. Spindle and also Georgia Grace Anderson combining for the block. 22-19.
Point, Pacers.
Crunch time here. For William Peace.
Point, Tornadoes.
22-20.
Point, Pacers.
Now 23-20. Every point paramount. Brilski will handle the service for the Pacers. Pacers have to win this set if they want to continue this match. Tornadoes would love nothing more but to put it away in 3. Here's Pretty setting up Presley. Count it. Caitlin Presley.
Point, Tornadoes.
So Bailey Lance will handle the service. 6 bounces with the right hand and sets up the right hand for the service.
Point, Tornadoes.
23-22 as Jacobs' attack sailed long. And the Lance service will continue. No one you would rather have serving in this juncture than Bailey Lance. Here's Parkins. Count it. Tied up at 23.
Point, Tornadoes. Timeout on the court.
So a timeout on the court. 23-23 here in set number 3. Just when you thought William Peace was inching towards a third set win, Pacers come 2 points away from finishing it off, and then the Tornadoes able to reel off a few points, tie us back up at 23. Well, this is the regular season finale for the Tornadoes. Next up will be the USA South Conference Tournament. That begins Tuesday with the first round. Tornadoes, the 7th seed. We'll see who their opponent will be. We know the Tornadoes will go on the road for that first round. What a night this evening from Caitlin Presley. 15 kills, 20 assists, and 12 digs. She's done this numerous times in her incredible Brevard College career, a triple-double. Kills, assists, and digs, all in double figures. Such a unique player who gets it done with both the assist and the kill. So 23-23. Lance will continue her service coming out of the William Peace timeout.
Point Pacers. Set point Pacers.
So the service error will create a set point opportunity for the Pacers. So now a must-win point for the Nados. Collier will handle the service. Here's Presley. There, just what the doctor ordered. Caitlin Presley, her 16th kill.
Point Tornadoes.
All tied up at 24. We're going up to extra time. You got to win by 2 in the sport of volleyball.
Point Pacers. Set point Pacers.
So another set point opportunity for the Pacers. 25-24. Anderson with the serve. And the Pacers are able to win this second, check that, the third set.
And the Pacers win set number 3, 26-24. Brevard leads 2-1. Set number 4 coming up next.
So we head to the fourth set. Brevard leading 2-1 in this best-of-5 situation. So stick with us. Set number 4 coming up shortly.
Every cheer, for every play, we know there's a little prayer that no one gets hurt. That's why we are there too. Party athletic trainers, physicians, and specialists. We're watching closely for any sign that someone needs care. And if your child is hurt, they're seen right away by the region's top specialists. The Party Sports Medicine team is at every game, match, race, practice, and workout, providing medical attention and guidance. For us, winning is all about playing healthy and smart so you can perform at your best.
Back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, we head to set number 4. Tornado is leading 2-1. Tornadoes won the first set 25-23. And then set number 2, 25-20. Backs against the wall. Pacers then with a 26-24 set 3 victory to take us to set number 4. Caitlin Presley with a triple-double already. 16 kills, 20 assists, 12 digs. Logan Priddy with 21 assists. McKenna Parkins with 11 kills. Blair Nance with 10 kills. Bailey Lance, 3 aces and 25 digs. It'll be Hoxett with the opening serve for the NATOs. Parkins.
Point Pacers.
Georgia Grace Anderson with the point there. That's her 5th kill. Bierbauer leads the Pacers with 11 kills thus far. 17 assists for Spindle. And the service here from Collier.
Point Tornadoes.
So Bailey Lance will handle the service. Dug up there by Hoxett. Priddy. Hoxett once again. Parkins keeps it alive. Priddy digs it up. Here's Presley.
Point Pacers.
So the Pacers with the 2-1 lead early on here in the 4th. Fans continuing to trickle in. You know, word gets around campus that Tornadoes have got William Peace down 2-1. Folks start making their way over here to the Bosch. Here's Presley.
Point Tornadoes.
Nance checks in for Brevard. Presley will handle the service. She's done it all tonight, including an ace.
Point Tornadoes.
NATO's ahead, 3-2.
Point Pacers.
Bierbauer with the attack. Kendall Rockstad was there for the NATOs. All tied up at 3. We've had 25 tied scores in this match. Tells you how even it's been. Along with 13 lead changes.
Point Pacers.
Another lead change there. This time puts the Pacers ahead.
Point Tornadoes.
So a point there for the NATOs. Tied up at 4. Caitlin Haggerty will do the honors. One of the top servers on the NATO roster. Lance, beautifully done. Here's Hoxett. Haggerty, Presley, setting up Rockstad. Compelling rally starting to develop here. Here's Presley now setting up Hoxett. Collier on the attack. Rockstad sends it over. Camplin digs it up. And the finish there by Bierbauer.
Point Pacers.
5-4 Pacers, so continuing to show just the even nature of this matchup. Hoxett, Presley, here's Nance. Presley once again. Nance. Big dig there by Moore.
Point Tornadoes.
Credit the point to the Nados. And Kendall Rockstad will handle the service. Haggerty. Here's Blair Nance. Tamicki was there on the block. Now Tamicki on the attack. Great dig by Rockstad. Then Tamicki then throws it over. And opportunity here. Presley sending up Hoxett. Hoxett sending it to the backside.
Point Tornadoes.
Excellent point there. Ultimately, the Tornadoes victorious.
Point Tornadoes.
Tornadoes, a 7-5 lead. Rockstad service will continue.
Point Tornadoes.
Talking to some of the experts who know Brevard volleyball very well. A couple of them actually predicted Tornadoes in 4. See if that indeed happens. Would be an impressive showing considering William Peace won in straight sets earlier this year.
Point Pacers.
Meanwhile, Moore with the service.
Point Pacers.
And credit the ace to Moore. Moore, the 4th different pacer with an ace tonight.
Point Pacers.
Just like that, 3 straight points for the Pacers, all tied up at 8.
Point Tornadoes.
Logan Pretty checks in. She'll handle the service.
Point Tornadoes.
10-8 NATO's here, set number 4. Great to see President Brad Andrews in attendance this evening at the Boschmer Gymnasium. Pretty. Presley with the attack and the finish.
Point, Tornadoes. Timeout on the court.
So a timeout on the court with the score 11-8. Tornadoes on top, set number 4.
Every cheer, for every play, we know there's a little prayer that no one gets hurt. That's why we are there too. Party athletic trainers, physicians, and specialists. We're watching closely for any sign that someone needs care. And if your child is hurt, they're seen right away by the region's top specialists. The Party Sports Medicine team is at every game, match, race, practice, and workout, providing medical attention and guidance. For us, winning is all about playing healthy and smart so you can perform at your best.
Back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, got the entire Tornado men's basketball team looking on. They've got a practice session coming up after this. Their season begins next week. Dug up there nicely by Haggerty. To Mickey on the attack.
Point, Tornadoes.
So Tornadoes now up 12-8 here in the 4th set. On another chilly evening here in Brevard, it's been heating up here in the Bosch.
Point, Tornadoes.
13-8, so largest lead we've seen in some time for the NATOs. Leading 2-1 in sets.
Point, Pacers.
Coming off the Pacers point, some subs, and we'll see who has the service. It'll be Broski. Pretty. Hawks it. Broski with a diving save. Then somehow Moore keeps it in play. Big hit there from Hoxit. Count it.
Point, Tornadoes.
14-9 NATOs. 11 points away from a match victory. Hoxit will handle the service.
Point, Pacers.
Pacers able to wrestle back a point there. It'll be Ashley Wyrick with the service.
Point, Tornadoes.
Great answer right there from the NATOs. And that'll set up a service for Bailey Lance. 15-10, NATOs on top. That last kill from Presley, credit the assist to Pretty.
Point, Tornadoes.
Back-to-back kills for Presley. Now timeout from William Peace.
Timeout on the court.
So timeout. The Tornadoes ahead 16-10. And starting to see the finish line here, perhaps. But can't rest on your laurels, can't take your foot off the pedal at this point. Because you know William Peace is gathering and trying to figure out what they can do to answer what has been an impressive run as of late for the Tornadoes. Brevard and William Peace were all tied up at 8, and then Brevard has won 8 of the last 10 points to take this 16-10 lead. And some sensational individual efforts for Brevard. Caitlin Presley, 21 assists, 19 kills, 15 digs. Huge numbers for the sensational senior from Brevard High School, just down the road. Also in double figures in the kill departments, Parkins with 11, Hoxa with 10, and Nance with 11. Here's Bailey Lance with the service. Pretty is going to set up Parkins.
Point Pacers.
Pacers able to win that point coming out of the timeout. That was important from their perspective. Pacers under the direction of head coach Hannah Marshall.
Point Tornadoes.
And that'll set up a Presley service. She has 2 aces this evening to go along with her triple-double.
Point Tornadoes.
18-11. Service from Presley.
Point Tornadoes.
Largest lead of the match for either team. Tornadoes ahead 19-11 here in set number 4.
Point Pacers.
So Pacers will make a couple substitutions. Into serve will be Camplin. 19-12. Pacers on top.
Point Tornadoes.
Big finish there from Parkins. It's her 14th kill. Haggerty checks back in. Jump serve from Haggerty. Tornadoes have already hit the 20-point threshold. Make it 21.
Point Tornadoes.
Now 4 points away from a 4-set match victory. Haggerty with the serve. Presley. Here's Nance. Hawks it.
Point Tornadoes.
A 10-point Tornado lead. What a run. This match This set, rather, was all tied up at 8. And it's been all Tornadoes ever since. And then an ace.
Tornadoes ace.
23-12. Four straight points for the Tornadoes. What a dig there by Presley, one-handed. Haggerty. Presley again.
Point Pacers.
Couple more subs here for the Pacers. Wanis, we've seen her a few times in this service position.
Set point Tornadoes, match point Tornadoes.
So set and match point. Tornadoes ahead 24-13. So several opportunities, of course, for the Nados to finish this off. What a performance this evening. And they do it right there. Tornadoes win in 4.
And the Tornadoes win. Your final score at the Moshford Gymnasium, Tornadoes 3, William Peace 1. Brevard wins the first two sets, 25-23 and 25-20. William Peace took set number 3, 26-24, and then 25-13 for Brevard in the fourth set. Check us out for Brevard College football tomorrow. 1 o'clock kickoff for Senior Day at Eisenhower Family Field. Have a very pleasant rest of your evening. Go Tornadoes!
So big time win there for Brevard College. What a performance. William Peace swept Brevard College a month ago at their place. 3-0. William Peace currently sits 4th in the standings of the USA South Conference. Brevard is in 7th position. On paper, you had to consider William Peace the favorite going into this one, but Brevard wanted to protect their home court in the last regular season match of the season. And we mentioned some of those pundits predicted a 3-1 win. That's exactly what the Tornadoes were able to receive. So we'll get you some final numbers here in just a moment. First, take a look at the visiting Pacers. Bierbauer led the way with 13 kills. Jacobs had 10 kills, 21 assists for Spindle. And Moore, the libero, led in the dig department with 13, 4 aces for Collier. Brevard was led by, who else? Caitlin Presley, 19 kills, 25 assists, 17 digs. Just a mammoth night for the senior from Brevard. McKenna Parkins and Ashley Hoxett, each with 13 kills. Nance had 11 kills. We mentioned 25 assists for Presley. Well, Pretty had 25 assists as well. Bailey Lance, meanwhile, 26 digs to lead the defensive effort. Lance also with 3 aces to lead the way. Hoxett had 2 aces. Presley had 2 as well. Haggerty and Pretty with 1 ace apiece also. Well, the Tornadoes will now prepare for the USA South Conference tournament. That begins on Tuesday, a first-round matchup. We'll wait to see who their opponent is. Tornadoes have locked up the 7th seed. Best of luck to William Peace as well as they head towards the USA South Conference Tournament. Well, great way to finish up the year here at Brevard College on the volleyball front. This will be our last home matchup of the season. Want to thank all those who helped make the production possible tonight and all season long. Cade McCoy was our spotter this evening. Justin Espino pushing the buttons as our producer. Justin, the rare producer who immediately hits the volleyball court to get some work in following his work on the production suite here. Melody Ferguson helped us quite a bit all season long as well. Members of the Brevard College softball team, they've done a great job operationally. Of course, our athletic department leadership, Kristen Rosado, and athletic director Miranda Nash. Sports information director Joseph Marvin, Pietro Moratelli helping him with the numbers. Also Rhea Tomasabi and Angie Mascaro. Appreciate their help all season long. And appreciate you, NATO Nation, for continuing to tune in and follow the Tornadoes, whatever the sport might be. Been a lot of fun this volleyball season. Can't wait to see what's in store in that USA South Conference Tournament. Well, see you tomorrow for football. 1 o'clock kickoff at Islamel Family Field. A senior day ceremony prior. And best of luck to the Brevard College men's and women's soccer programs who tomorrow are going to be going for the USA South Conference Championship. Brevard men face off against NC Wesleyan in Rocky Mount, North Carolina at 3 p.m. That's for all the marbles. Brevard trying to defend their USA South Conference Championship win back-to-back years. And the women's team looking for their first USA South Conference Championship. They'll face off at Southern Virginia at 6 p.m. Go to bctornadoes.com if you want to find links to how you can watch and follow along for those games as well. But what a time to be a Tornado. So much happening here at Brevard College. And it's almost basketball season. We see the men's team getting ready to get out there for a practice. But big thanks once again to everybody involved, and especially tonight, Cade McCoy, spotter, Justin Espino, handling production. Well, your final score for the final time, Brevard 3, William Peace 1. Go Tornadoes.